will come. And this is D Swagger Live, which is great because if I were dead, you would maybe need a planchette or a pendulum or something to talk to me, or a medium. But hey, I'm still alive, and you can hear me on this device, which is a phone. And I am at that long promised Bog Park. Pom pom pom. It's the Bog Park. Yes, take a misstep here, and they'll never see you again. But fortunately, they've made it pretty safe because they have this lovely walkway installed all the way over it. Just don't go off the path. Or and I'm here with my friend Jason, who's not showing his face right now because, well, frankly, he's not too sure about any of you guys. I mean, I wouldn't be either if I didn't know who you were. But anyway, no, he's just such a shy guy. He's so shy. No, he's not. You'll see him. Anyway, well, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so freaking happy that I finally get to show you this. It's crazy that it's been this long, all the freaking summer. And I didn't get to show you, but now I'm going to bend this up so that you get a better view. There. Okay. That makes it much better. And we can start going. And this is the way the entrance looks. Okay. And we can see all the lovely fall leaves. The trees are starting to get some color. It's kind of a wavy path here. And of course, I have to take my walker because, you know, but this is one park that I can use even with my walker, which is one of the coolest things. So let's see if we see any Bigfoot structures. We might. I don't know. And we don't want anybody going off the path because swamps, bogs, they tend to eat people. Animals, things that don't tread lightly. You know, I don't want to lose anybody. But they've made it very, very safe as long as you stay on the path. It's actually not so bad. And sorry it's so late in the year. So a lot of things have died. But this is when I finally had somebody who'd take me. So well, I'm really sorry. Most of the leaves are off everything. Here we go. Our first specimen, a tamarack tree. They're not pine trees. They're not really conifers exactly. They're not evergreen. They actually are one of the most primitive trees. They actually have needles growing right out of the branches. So, very primitive tree. And one of the few places where we still have them is this Bog Park. And you can hear the natural sounds. It's beautiful sounds. Smells good. The air is very fresh. Oh, look. Somebody named Dia Dragonfly. That's a cool name. I don't know if you can see it. Dia Dragonfly donated this. This was all donated. In fact, the land belonged to a farmer. And of course you can't really plant a crop on this. But he didn't want this to be developed. They wanted to leave this. And I remember fighting for this. This is one of the things that I stood up for. There was actually a campaign to keep this the bog and to keep it a park, to make it into a park. I even met the developer a while back who helped them get it to be this way. You want to read that plaque, Jason? A little louder, maybe. It's formed from bacteria and fungi. The principal decomposer cease to function of wetness and low oxygen. As shoreline bog plants encroach upon the center of the kettle, building up and filling the basin with sphagnum peat. Open water sphagnum peat, yeah, gave way to the bog mat we see today. The mat was compromised primarily of peatland shrub and trees situated on a lush carpet of living. Can you hear? Sphagnum moss. The last vestige of open lake probably disappeared just prior to European settlement. Hi, Richard. Hi, BLB. So, you old so-and-so. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, I promised this. I'm sorry it's so dark and I'm sorry it's so late in the year, but Jason was finally nice enough to bring me here. Could you hear him read that? I want to check before we do any more of that, because if not, I'll have to get a lot closer to him so that he can read these things off, or I can. Okay. That paragraph is the paragraph. So, actually, I'll walk over there now that I got my breath back. I'm terribly out of shape right now. Here is the plaque. So, oh, you can't really read it though from there. So anyway, yep. And there's a little path going off that way. Might be safe, might not. I said, Jason, don't go off the path. I don't want. Oh, Jason is right. Well, what, Jason? They don't want homeless here either. People have tried to hide here. And problem is, you could get swallowed and nobody'd know. Never be seen again. It has a tendency to just open up and oh my goodness. The temptation is real. Do you see it? Oh shit. Excuse my language. Is that what I think it is? Oh hell. I can't open up the screen anymore. I can't get a close-up. And I don't dare go over there. It looks like, let's put it this way, it's a red mushroom with white spots. And it's off the trail. Just off the trail. I had no idea. Yeah, Jason is getting some pictures so we can't, he's risking himself for you, so we can post the pictures later. But you're not really allowed to take anything from the park, and especially not that kind of anything. It'll be dead by next time. Yeah, well, okay, so we'll post the pictures. Wow. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, that and every single hippie in Kent, which is pretty much half the population, will be down here looking for it. Oh gosh, We have all kinds of mushrooms through here. Wow. I'm coming. Wow. Right. Let me take a look. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Right over there. Wow. They're everywhere. And they're right along the path, which makes me wonder. Were these, did somebody leave spores here? Yeah. Oh, wow. You see it. Is that what it looks like? Hi, Gemini. Has anybody, because I have never gone mushrooming for those, never had the opportunity. Does anybody know if that's what I think it is? The kind of mushroom I think it is? So I better not tell anybody. I don't want anybody to drown in the swamp looking for these. Yeah, because I know if they see one, they'll be looking for more, and then they'll. We really don't want that to happen. Oh my gosh. And we don't want anybody to get poisoned either. Hi, Gemini. How you doing? Yeah. Okay. I'm rested up a little bit now. Wow, there's more of them there. Wow. They're all along the path. I feel like I'm walking down the yellow brick road. Maybe they should paint this all gold or something. Am I gonna see? Am I gonna see a Cheshire cat or something? Or maybe a. I've been really wanting to come down here all year. It's really nice when it's not, when the leaves are actually on everything. But that was not to be the case. Okay. And we're coming up on another sign. The gray birch. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know why I'm using the boom, boom, boom part. Betula papuliflora. Oh, it's just a fancy way of saying gray birch. Right. What's it say, Jason?
Although at first glance these trees appear to be the white birch, they are not. Instead, they are trees of gray birch, which is a common species of New England, north of Newfoundland. Gray birch grows in a nutrient-poor, dry wetland soil throughout its range. Although rare in Ohio, gray birch does grow in sterile peat soils of the Kent Bog. Cold air draining into the night, into the wind, shelter deprivation, and cooling effect of evaporation from water, wicked up by spagium and the insulating properties of the wet
Sphagnum.
And contribute to a northern microclimate which benefits as well as the other boreal species in Kent Bog.
Right. So when you see sphagnum moss, this is the kind of place that it comes from. And it has its own strange properties. So, as you say, very unusual. Oh, look at that pretty little fairy forest right there. Hi. How you doing? Yeah, this is a big favorite with people because you can like safely walk through here without tripping up anything. Oh, look, I forget what that's called. The kind of wood ears, tiny ones all over that. This place is really awesome in summer. It has wild blueberries and other stuff. And of course, you're not allowed to pick them and eat them because, you know, the animals need it. That's their food. Here's some more mushrooms. Well, it's been wet and it's been kind of dark. So there's some more. I'm going to sit down another minute. Jason, I'm sorry. Okay, so there's a piece of wood. Okay. Some more mushrooms. These ones are yellow. Wish I knew more about mushrooms so I could act smart. Yeah. I'll have to get an identifier book.
There's probably an app that does it for you.
Possibly.
Mushroom identifier from Google Play.
That might work. I'd be up for that. Well, you can see, okay, in the next, okay, a nature study something. Yeah. So some nature study place also contributed. OA to GC, nature study. Too bad it's so dark, too. It's not going to be as beautiful, but it is maybe right for Halloween. Hope we get all the way around before it gets dark, though, because it does get a little weird around here. There's more shrooms all over the place. Here's a shroom, there's a shroom, everywhere, shroom. Watch out, though. Okay, and what does it say here? Oh, now it goes more into sphagnum moss, what it is. Whew. You want to read that for us, Jason?
Sphagnum moss has the ability to modify its environment. Consequently, it is the single most important plant responsible for perpetuating the acid sphagnum peat bog community. Sphagnum removes and binds up the nutrients that it grows and returns release acids as byproducts of the chemical process associated with growth. The rootless moss continually grows from the top while dialing back to the bottom. Large amounts of humic acids are released as dead sphagnum tissues break down, further acidifying the environment at the pH of 4.5 molar. Specialized sponge-like cell structures enable some of the species of sphagnum to hold up to 27 times their own dry weight in water. Sphagnum therefore makes an excellent blanket of insulation, keeping root temperatures significantly lower than surface temperatures, and this also helps keep oxygen levels low. Dried sphagnum possesses antiseptic properties and is more than twice as absorbent as cotton. Native Americans used it to diaper their babies, and doctors relied on sphagnum for emergency field surgical dressing in the Civil War and World War I.
Wow. So, some facts about sphagnum moss and its really unique uses. So, if you don't have baby diapers, but you got a sphagnum moss place around somewhere, a bog, well, if you don't get swallowed by the bog trying to get diapers for your baby, but you just have to know what you're doing when you're out here. It makes me nervous, though, because if I had a dog or something, I just know if they weren't the kind. I don't even think they're allowed through here, though. I don't think they're allowed in here because You could lose your dog for good, you know. You'll see pretty soon we're getting to the water part. At least I think we are. Been a while since I've been here. Boy, no going on this path when you're drunk. It's real zigzaggy. Don't come here drunk. Wow, it smells so good right here. I gotta tell you guys, it smells beautiful here. It's that. Hear me breathing heavy. You know what my condition is, blah. Okay. And hit it, Jason.
Bog holly. Many bog shrubs belong to the healthy family. There are two members of the holly family. Aquafolii characteristics of peat bogs can also be observed along this boardwalk. Both range from Newfoundland west to Minnesota, south to West Virginia and Indiana. This is Cataberry, Nemocanthus mucorales, and known as bog holly and common mountain holly. Individual shrubs tend to be either male or mostly female. It's peculiar that male and female flowers are present but are earlier functionality male, functionality female, attractive purplish red berry-like fruits develop in the female plants in July. Notice how the leaves mucrinate, meaning that they end in a minute bristle. Further along the boardwalk, watch for the winterberry holly. L-lex verticulata, which is especially easy to identify in autumn, which its stem is hugging the clusters of bright red orange berry-like fruits, which persist well in the winter.
Okay. Yeah, so we should be seeing those at any moment. I wish I had more colors to show you, but we had rain and it knocked off a whole heck of a lot of leaves. So we unfortunately kind of rained on our parade a little bit there, because we have wonderful colors here in the autumn usually, but it's a little late. But it is Halloween, so see how dense and scraggly the brush is. Now I've said if there is a place for a Bigfoot to hide, it's a big place, because it's very hard for people to get through all this. And there's also logs strewn about like pixie sticks. That's another sign that we might be nearby. Just for those of you who are Sasquatch aficionados. I'm not saying they're here. I'm not saying they're not. I can either affirm or deny. But it's not impossible. Because, of course, they like to be anywhere where people have a hard time. Cashew Senior Exercise Program, which apparently I really need. Okay, because I got to stop again for a minute. Jeez. Okay. So, did you find anything on your device?
Still signing in.
So, guys, let me know. Is this cool? Are you enjoying it? I will get you to the water and show you what the water edge looks like and the stuff around there. I'm going to point you up there. Too bad it's so dark. But Jason doesn't get out of work until like 4 or so. So this was the earliest he could get here. So it was just nice of him to say he'd take me. Okay, there is a kind of a lake, and it's what the sphagnum is growing in, and it's taking up the whole lake. So basically, we're really on top of a lake here, and a lot of what looks like soil underneath it is moss. Although there looks to be some trails here, probably mostly used for deer. There's a broken branch there. Yeah, probably that's maybe the height of a deer. Here, I'll show you. You can make what you want of it, but that is a kind of a trail. I certainly would not want to be walking it just in case. I'm getting actually hot now, although it's cold here right now. The smells are wonderful, though. I'm hearing all kinds of wildlife. I hope you can hear them too. You did? Uh, Jason's Google ate his phone number. So, yeah. Okay. So, ready to listen to the read off when you're ready.
Tamarack, Larix, Orsina. Tamarack is significantly composed of a boreal forest community. It ranges from the north. The trees can grow in Canada. It was an important tree of the woodland Indians. The roots were used to make medicinal tea and sewing clothes for the birch bark used for the covering of canoes. Although rare, this far south of the trees of Ketbog apparently comprise the largest and southernmost nearly pure stand of tamaracks in the continental United States. There are an estimated 2,000 or more mature tamarack trees and thousands of seedlings here. Tamarack is unusual in that, unlike most other conifers, it is delicious, but it is deciduous, and needles turn bright yellow before dropping in late October. During late May and early June, the tips of the needles on most trees become damaged by the larval stage of the large case bear moth. Although this European pest disfigures the trees, it seldom kills them.
Okay, well, okay. So, whew, yeah, I'm getting so hot. You know what? This is making me, because it's humid. Hang on a minute, folks. I'm going to have to take off my wrap because this is really, well, trying to hold the camera steady and it's not happening. It's just not happening. Oh my gosh. It's so humid down here. Uh-oh. We better finish this. I'll get you to the water and then we'll have to get ourselves out of here before we get rained on again. It is starting to sprinkle. Guys, we're going to have to go back because no, we're not. You don't know. We're not.
We're probably half in the middle.
Okay. We might be pretty wet by the time we're out of here. Okay, I'll just ask the rain. Can you please hold off until we're in the car? Okay. Listening to me heavy breathe must be so entertaining. Okay. We are to the next sign. Want to read?
Virginia chain fern, Woodwardia virginica. The tall, upright fern growing throughout the bog and the Virginia chain fern. Its name comes from an arrangement of oblong story and support cases of the underside of the subcutids. They occur to double rows along the mid-vein, resembling the links of a chain. Chain ferns are aggressive spreader by means of creeping rootstocks from which new fronds emerge throughout the summer. This is primarily the East Coast species ranging from southern Canada to Florida. In the Northeast, it occasionally becomes a problem invader of commercial raspberry bog or some sort of berry bog.
Cranberry.
It's like smeared off. It's like foggy.
Bogs are great places to grow cranberries, apparently. Hey, Dee, have a rest, yeah. Hey, Ken, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you all. Yeah, please let me know if you are enjoying this or not, because I guess this is a healthy thing, but I also may get pretty rained on here. And if any of you see Sasquatch peeking, let me know. Turn this up a little higher. Hang on. Okay. Read it.
High bush blueberry, vacuum, corium bosom, and my corium. The dormant shrub in the Kent bog is a high bush blueberry. These blueberries purchased at the grocery store frequently come from cultivated varieties of this specimen. Wild berries, which ripen in July and August, but much smaller but no less delicious than their commercial counterparts. Blueberries, like many bog shrubs, belong to the health family Ericaceae. Members of the family do especially well in the nutrient-poor bog soils because they can extend their root systems throughout thread-like to the fungal hyphae, which penetrate the root hairs, and the symbolic root fungus association mycorrhizae benefits from the host plants that the fungus is far more capable of absorbing nutrients. It shares these nutrients with the host, and the host in turn supplies the fungus with carbohydrates, which it manufactures through photosynthesis.
This is the Kent Bog Park. Ken is from Australia. Say hi to Australia while you're there, while you're at it. Since I am out of breath, do you want to hold the camera?
Australian philosophy? Not really.
Okay, I will.
If I ruin it, that's not so bad.
Right.
And then there might be watermark.
You just don't want to be liable. I get it. Okay. Okay. Read.
Turtle tunnels and bog wildlife. Kent Bog is home to the small population of spotted turtles. Clemmies guttata, named for their bright yellow spots and their secretive palm-sized turtles, are scarce in Ohio. They ensure that the boardwalk does not impair free movement of the turtles. Turtle tunnels fashioned with 6-inch plastic pipes that are placed in various intervals along the boardwalk. Other reptiles may be encountered along the trail, including the green frogs, gardener snakes, and exclusive smooth green snake. Kent Bog is home to deer, foxes, raccoons, skunks, opossums, and cottontail rabbits. During the summer, a number of the birds includes berries, cedar waxwings, yellow throats, and rufous-sided towhees are commonly heard and seen throughout the bog.
Okay. I used to be able to walk this thing without getting this. That was pre-COVID though. This was a lot easier before COVID hit. Hey, Strange. How you doing, Todd? It is kind of a long walk. And threatening to rain on us, but I asked it to please don't. Let me get through this. It's for a good cause, guys. I try to fulfill my promises. This is a long walk for me, though. But you see, it's nice. They have benches every now and then. Watch it. Don't go. Okay. What's it say, Jason?
Cranberries. Both of the two species of cranberries native to North America occur in Ohio. Although very rare, the large cranberry, Vaccinium marco-carbon, is the most common species in Ohio, and is a species commercially harvested in the other states. Large cranberries does not occur in Kent Bog. However, Kent Bog is one of the only sites in Ohio where small cranberries, the Oxycocos cranberry. Most people are surprised to see that the cranberry is very woody shrub, which creeps on the ground rather than tall bushy tree. The name cranberry, which though to be a corruption of the older name craneberry, which are two suggested origins of the name. One also attributed to the superficial resemblance of the flower, forehead, and at the end of the long stalk at the head of the neck of the crane, and the other is that once believed that the crane feeds extensively on the berries. Taller shrubs cut back at this site to prevent them from shading out the other small cranberries.
Okay. Yeah, that's Jason. Say hi, Jason.
Well,
You're talking to eat a
Very
cranberry.
healthy.
Very healthy, he says. Oh, you overdid. Your hernia's acting up, Ken. Ken is an older fella too, so he can sympathize. How are you doing, Strange? Where are you exactly, Strange? I forgot where you live. Todd. He goes by Strangeland. He's got some really strange. There is a phenomena called waving trees. Remember how you said your bushes and trees move weird around where you are? There's other places that's happening. Rather famously too, where the freaking branch on this tree won't stop waving at people. And it's weird. Now you say it's only sometimes, but this thing has been waving since like June. So they're wondering what the heck it is. They go out there and they stop it, and while they're holding it, it stops. And when they let go, it starts again. And none of the other branches are doing that. So they don't know what the heck it is. And we have really got to hurry because we're not even to the water yet. And it's getting dark. Hang on. Okay. I got to stop for a minute, guys. It's a ways, it's a haul, but it's a good workout. You went out in the bush, waved at you. It vibrates. A vibrating bush. Well, that's interesting. And really, the more I look at this place, with all its tangled growth, if I were Bigfoot, the Sasquatch, I'd want to hide somewhere around here. It would be pretty easy. Tall trees, a lot of undergrowth, a lot of brush around. And of course, when you see trees all over, like pixie sticks, that can be an indication. I strongly suspect that that is a tactic they use to keep people from tramping through their place, because it's very hard for a human to get through that. Oh, we're getting a lovely breeze right now. It's so beautiful. You should smell this. It smells so good. They take shape into different being shapes. You mean the bushes? Here, let me put you up there. So unsteady wind is the race. Your indigenous friend Luna, yeah, I've saw her on your channel before, haven't I? Has come across waving trees. Yeah. She says they come alive in sacred places. The energy shapes in the trees, yeah. Me too. I feel definitely there's a lot of energy down here. And it's good energy, it's clean energy. The bog is kind of a natural cleanser. That's why they used it for wounds. Antibacterial. Jason, where are you? Okay. I'll be there as soon as I get the wind back. So basically, you'll see a lot of we usually see a hawk flying over. Might be a little late for the hawk. Might see a few bats. I'm on the move again. On the road again. I'm glad that it's a light color because it is getting dark. I hope you can see something of this trail. And really, we shouldn't have started so late. Oh no, there's still a ways to go. Found another sign. Okay. I'm gonna rest. I know. We gotta get out of here soon. Okay. What does it say?
Leatherleaf. The species of the most characteristic shrub on the Stygian peat bog is often the woolly plant to encroach on the open water of the Kettle Hole Lake. The shaped white flowers appearing in early spring, often while ice is still present, as its name implies that leatherleaf has thick leathery leaves and minimize loss of water from transpiration.
Yeah,
Like many
transpiration.
bog plants, including tamarack, leaf-like has monophorhizal association, which enhances its ability to absorb those nutrients and maximize photosynthesis. Its brownish evergreen leaves persist of nearly 2 seasons of gradually are shed and new leaves become established. This conserves nutrients and would otherwise be spent in the annual renewal of leaves, which extending the opportunity for photosynthesis to take place.
Okay. I have to
Leather
wait.
leaf. Daphne
Not to be
caliculatus.
Calicolata. If you like caliculatas and walking through a park in the rain, no, I don't. I really don't. So please wait. It's nice. It was sprinkling on us a little bit. It stopped right now. 2 more signs. Right down there. As soon as I get my breath down, I'll go. I know a place in the bush where I used to live, no matter how calm a day. When you walked into the air, it would get windy, and trees would swing around as soon as you'd leave. Something in the woods back there. Well, hello, whatever you are. Hi. Lost you for a while. Okay. Yeah.
Sedge mat, poison sumac.
Right, and you don't want the sedge mat's one thing, the poison sumac I don't recommend. But the bench says we may never pass this way again. Well, let's hope I live to. Oh my gosh. And it's getting too dark to read. So we're going to wrap it up and get home as soon as we can. Maybe in the spring, part 2. And it's getting very dark. Jason, don't go too far. I gotta sit down and get minute again. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, it can get dark real quick here. And it is right now fixing to be very dark. So we got to get our asses out of here soon. I think we are heading on our way out though. So I'm going to let it run. And if anything happens to me, you guys will see the last minutes of it. Ooh, it's already dark. Yeah, you can barely see anything. Ooh, perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Oh! That's Jason, I'm sure. We don't have coyotes here. One thing we don't have. We have other things, but not coyote. Not too much around this area. Although they are in Ohio. And a little bit farther out. Well, going to be very picturesque. Now it's going to look more like one of Bomber's videos. Hey, Jason, can you pull up a compass so we know which way we're going? I think we're heading out, but I'm not sure. Okay. We've got to the water, and you can't see it. I must rest. And we've got fireflies, or maybe orbs. I'm not sure. Don't know if you could see them. Yeah, can't really see anything anymore. There won't be any mosquitoes in this weather. Okay, well, go check. Hey, Drake, how you doing? What? What do you mean? Okay, we are probably almost out then. I'm gonna have to rest a little again, but I'm gonna move. Yeah, I see light. We're almost out. So, cool. We're nearly out. So, that's okay. I gotta rest to get a minute. So please stay with me. Good. Yeah, we're nearly out. And the rain is holding off, like the dear sweet, sweet cloud beings. And now I smell another smell. Oh, the smell's here. I wish I could give you smell-o-vision. You'd love it. The smells are wonderful. Even though it's a little hard to breathe because I have asthma. Wow, it smells so good. And there's oxygen. You know, even at that, the air is wonderful here. It's so different. It's so different down here. I feel that this is a sacred place. Yeah, don't say it. I know. That's me. During COVID, I got terribly out of shape. I wasn't hiking anywhere. I haven't been hiking since pre-COVID. Okay. So we're almost out of here. And I'm going to say, okay, great. You wouldn't want smell-o-vision because my beagles are... Thank you for sharing, Ken. Wouldn't want it on your end, but it smells great around here. I think somebody is having a fire too. Smells like somebody has got a campfire somewhere. I was shocked. The Bog Park has changed since I was last here quite a bit. And I can tell that even in the dark, it has changed. There's a lot less water showing. I couldn't even tell where it was. There used to be quite a lot of water. Now you can hardly see any at all. So it's been growing a lot in the last few years. Probably lack of pollution. It's growing like crazy. Yeah, we're almost at the end, folks. And which is good because I'm almost at the end. Okay, so I don't know how good it was, but I did promise you I'd take you to the bog with me. And so I did. And so this concludes our live at the bog presentation. I got to sit down a minute now, dude. It was a long hike. Okay. And there's a sign over there warning you again to not go off the freaking path, you idiot. Okay. I love you guys. That's my breathing. Jason, of course, being a young guy and rather fit, it's not bothering him one bit. So he can run through here probably. I wouldn't recommend it. Okay. Okay, love you guys. Remember, you are divine. This is Ocean making waves. This is Ocean making waves. Now it's time for you to go make some too. Try to be kind to each other. The truth is where you find it. Hope you're finding some on this channel. I love you. We'll talk again soon. Until next time, take care.